answer lies in the heart of battle. King of Iron Fist Tournament.
Mugen TV versus Corner.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Hey guys, it's MugenLord here, and today we're going to talk a bit about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, I know I'm a bit late on this topic because I know the Nintendo Direct was last week, February 17th, and now we almost heading into an entire week after this reveal. But before we get into that, if you're a YouTube subscriber, make sure you still subscribe to me, and if you're new to my YouTube channel, make sure you also hit the subscribe button if you're into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate content, and if you're a follower on Odyssey, hit the follow button if you're into video game content. So let's dive right into it. Now, as I said before, I know I'm late on this topic, but I know a lot of you guys don't care how long I take to talk about a particular topic, especially if it's a topic that we all enjoy together. So I want to give you my opinion on this Fighter Pass character, which really, what I would say, took me by surprise, because I wasn't really expecting, because I thought it was no hope for this character after we seen this character, or this character being represented as being a Mii costume, and we've seen other droplets of, you know, pretty much looking like potential deconfirmation of this character. So what character I'm talking about? I'm talking about Pyra and Rex from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now, the thing that caught me by surprise is for the simple fact is normally when a Nintendo Direct or when their presentation is made revolving around Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, we normally get the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate sound effect followed by the silhouette of the logo when it opens up, but this time we didn't get that. So during the direct just opened up and we got a trailer, and they showed at the bottom of the trailer with these few words saying this is not actual gameplay. So it pretty much tricks you into believing that, hey, this may be just a game trailer of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now the thing is, since I played Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and loved the game to death and beat the game, now I noticed that, hey, something is off about this, because if this is somehow a sequel to Xenoblade Chronicles 2, like within the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 universe, then if you completed the game, you ended the game, then you know that they shouldn't even be where they're at this point, you know. So, and looking at the Titans being still standing around and everything, like something is not right. So then it did have me think for a moment that, hey, this must be Smash Brothers, because something's not adding up here. Because, and then on the fact is that Rex couldn't find Pyra is missing, so something is not right. But then, you know, looking at the trailer, once we get to the very point to where Rex finds Pyra, they pretty much gave it away when you see Pyra and Rex pretty much standing on the level of Final Destination. And then Pyra didn't even help hide the fact the way she was behaving, and then she explained, and then the subtitles as well. The subtitles, you get to read it before she actually says it. So that kind of like ruined the surprise just a little bit. But what did surprise me with the simple fact is that Rex is not a playable character. It's just Pyra. Now, Pyra is my favorite waifu. If you ever seen my waifu tier list, which I'm definitely going to update, Pyra is definitely up there on my tier list. So if you haven't checked that video out, I advise you to go check it out. I know, shameless plug, but I had to put that in there. But seeing Pyra in there but not Rex, it kind of threw me off guard. It's kind of like how they did the whole Lucina and Crime back in Super Smash Bros. Wii U, where they only showed Lucina and then Crime was just left to the side. So it kind of like threw me off guard with that. But overall, man, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 needed some form of representation, and I'm just glad Pyra is in the game and that she's playable. And also her design is very faithful, very true to the game and franchise that she comes from. Now the only thing is that I did notice that was a little bit different to her design is that they added leggings to Pyra because of the whole rating system. And you know, like Sakurai said, this is a kid's game, because if you guys seen the Terry trailer, he couldn't put a particular character such as Mai in there because of the ratings. So they pretty much had to slap leggings on Pyra. But you guys already know that I'm a leggings guy anyway, so that didn't really bother me much with the whole censorship thing. But let's go into the gameplay just a bit from what they've shown, because they're actually going to give us an actual full presentation in March, which is also the month of my birthday, which I'm also super excited that my waifu is actually being, I guess you could say, released on the month of March. So I'm super excited about that as well. But as far as the hints that they put out there, the way she explains about how her sword is powered up by fire, so maybe some fire is going to play some form in her gameplay, about, you know, maybe it increases the power of her sword and everything. Who knows? We just have to wait and see how it all plays out But as you can see, Pyra seems more of a, she's pretty fast, but at the same time, she seems like in this game, or defensive, I would say defensive type character. So I'm really curious to see how she's going to work out. And I love the fact that she had this one move where she throws her sword and it turns into like a spin wheel, and it can stay in place, and then she can run up to it and actually grab the sword. Now the thing is about that, I wonder, she probably can't attack once that sword, her blade is left out there like that, which can probably make her vulnerable, especially if you throw it out there and your opponent somehow dodges it, which keeps you open, so you have to pretty much avoid getting attacked until you have the sword back in her hand once again. And then after that, as the trailer started going through, which I really do like, is when they make everything cinematic. And what they did with Pyra's reveal is the fact is that they took her and they actually took the trailer and put it in Xenoblade Chronicles type of graphics and animations, with the color, the bright colors, and with the outlining type look to the characters and stuff. So it kind of still look like it's actual Super Smash Bros. Gameplay in a way, but you can tell if you play Xenoblade Chronicles 2 that it's actually in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 type of art style. So, you know, typical Smash Bros. Ultimate reveals when it comes to characters that may have Echo Fighters or another character may be coming into play, it always shows the character at a disadvantage and then the next character comes in. And that's what they pretty much did essentially in the trailer when Mythra started talking to Pyra. Now I'm not going to even spoil who Mythra is if you haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but Mythra comes into the fold and says Mythra has awakened. And man, I was super excited to see my girl Mythra in there as well. Of course, they did the same thing to her design. They gave her leggings, which they also did in the expansion pack for Mythra as well. So, seeing her moves, I knew right away that she wasn't a Echo Fighter at all. From Pyra, and she's much faster than Pyra too. Her combos is just sick. It's just ridiculous. So I'm definitely looking forward to see how she plays. So I was wondering, like, okay, she's not an Echo Fighter, so she's an individual fighter, or she's going to be able to transform like how Zelda used to transform to Sheik in the past in Super Smash Bros. Melee, and also in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. So I was saying to myself, like, okay, how are they going to play this out? And then as they showed it in the gameplay itself, she definitely does it. She's actually able to switch between Pyra and Mythra. So what my guess is that Pyra is more like the defense character. Mythra is the glass cannon, where she's very powerful, but she's probably much lighter, probably easier to fling off the stage, and she really can't take a hit. That's the thing I'm thinking about. And the way she switches seems very seamless as well. And she also has a move that's kind of like the Shulk's Monado, where she can see the future and everything. I don't know how this is going to work or how the gameplay mechanics going to work. We'll have to wait and see how Sakurai presented, but that also looks pretty good too. It's like she is much different too, how they do it. When Terry attacked her, she shifted to the other side and she's able to activate it once again to shift away again. So I'm definitely can't wait to see how that's going to work. And the way she's able to seamlessly switch between Pyra and Mythra, and the way he displayed it in like form of combat, I wonder if you can actually combo into each form. Now I can't wait to see how competitive players at the very high levels take this character switching between Pyra and Mythra. I think they'll probably be sick if you're able to actually pull some legit combos, true combos, with the switching between both forms. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. But the stage, they show Gramps, which I think the stage is pretty beautiful. I can't wait to even give that a try. Now this thing is, I'm not a competitive Smash player, so stages, as far as being banned, you know, what's legal and everything like that, I really don't care too much for. I just want to play on my favorite stage. And also, I can't wait to see all the music they add to it. I'm hoping they add the music soundtrack, especially the battle theme to the Golden Country of Torna, which is the expansion pack prequel to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. If they had it on there, oh my god, that's going to be one of my favorite stages. So I can't wait to see what soundtracks are going to add to it. But we did get a chance to see Rex himself, is for the simple fact is that Rex is definitely in her final smash, which I thought was pretty cool. But I don't think that he's also just in her final smash. It's because for the simple fact is you see her taunt. You see Pyra at the end of the final smash, she taunt. Now I don't think that it was actually after she did the final smash. I'm thinking that Rex himself may be in some of her taunts as well. Because as she taunt, you see Rex do a taunt and then he disappears off the screen. So I'm thinking that maybe Rex does pop up in multiple different taunts of hers. I could be wrong, but this is what my guess is. And from looking at that footage, we may see a lot of Rex through her taunts, which I think is pretty cool. Now, speaking of Rex, like I said, it really caught me by surprise for the simple fact is that he's not even a playable character. Now, Sakurai did mention that in the middle of the development cycle of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 had pretty much came late into the fold, so they couldn't add any other characters in mid development. So, as a token of his apology for not having Rex in there, he gave him the Mii costume, which also gave me the idea and the thought that, hey, maybe he's not coming into the game at all. But then, like I said, if you look at ARMS with Min Min, and you look at all these other signs that it's a possibility that these franchises can still get representation, that it can happen. Now, as I said before, my whole idea of Rex being in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was quite different when I was seeing the fact that it was only Pyra and not Rex. Now, my idea was that I was thinking that Rex and Pyra would be similar to the Ice Climbers, and I want you to just hear me out with this, because if you guys don't know if you guys haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the way the world is established, you have this system called blades and drivers and blades. Now, a driver is pretty much, I guess you could say, the wielder of the blade. Now, the way it works is in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the driver takes the crystal, and a blade crystal, and when the person who touches it interacts with the crystal itself, it awakens the blade. Now, whoever awakens the blade, they are considered the driver. And when the blade wakes up, which is like the artificial intelligence or the humanoid type of character, when they are awakened, they're considered the blade, and the driver is their master. So Pyra herself is a blade. So you see the color of Pyra's sword, she matches the color of her blade, because she is a blade. She's the physical embodiment of a blade, and Rex is her driver, pretty much her master, and they are pretty much inseparable. So when you have the combat in in Xenoblade Chronicles, those two are linked together. The blade and the driver are linked together, and the driver pretty much holds the blade's blade and do all the combat with that blade's blade. And when it comes to special moves like super moves, the driver hands the blade back over to its blade, and the blade uses their blade. So I was thinking that it was going to be some type of Ice Climber type mechanic where you control Rex and you have Pyra off to the side, and Pyra pretty much assists Rex with special abilities, support, and different types of moves and stuff, and you can pretty much swap between the two characters when it comes to certain abilities. That's what I thought they was going to do. They was going to handle that, and I thought it would have been also another unique mechanic as well. But like I said before, I'm just super happy that Pyra is in there, and I believe they also have Pyra in there is because if you play the prequel, the combat mechanics is a little bit different, because in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you couldn't take control over your blade as an individual character. They would just support. But in the prequel, blade and driver fought together. You was able to swap between the two, the blade and the driver, and you was able to tag in between, like Marvel vs. Capcom style. You could take the driver out and tag the blade in there. And Pyra, which in Mythra was exactly that. Well, Mythra was exactly that. You was able to tag her driver out and put her in there, and you could take complete control over her. So I think they pretty much mixed that together. They more so took the Golden Country of Torna aspect of how blades work. So that really caught me by surprise. But the fact is that Rex is still in there and represented in some way is completely fine with me. But overall, I'm super excited for the character, despite how this character received a lot of mixed feelings. For the fact is that the character is another anime swordsman, which I don't understand this argument at all. We have essentially 80 characters, and out of the 80 characters, 18 of the characters are swordsmen. So I don't understand that. But I think the Fire Emblem characters has a lot to do with that, why people are upset with anime sword characters, because the over representation and the duplicates of Fire Emblem characters. Because I believe if the Fire Emblem characters wasn't oversaturating oversaturated and pretty much clone characters, then I don't think sword characters would be much of an issue. But yes, there's definitely mixed responses, but I don't really care. I'm just glad that my waifu's in the game. Glad that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is getting some representation, and I do love the fact is that they had Shulk meet Pyra, because like I said, spoiler, there's DLC where in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 where you actually get a chance to meet Shulk in the game, and Shulk is not really a playable character. Shulk is actually a blade in the game, so Shulk is actually supporting Rex in them, and you get the Monado and stuff. So I just think that's pretty cool, that the approach that they went with this in the Easter egg between Pyra and Shulk and Mythra and Shulk. I think that's pretty cool. So that pretty much my thoughts on how I feel about Pyra. I'm super excited, and I can't wait till March, the month of my birthday, to see how my favorite waifu is able to play. And maybe I can't wait to get my hands on the character and actually get a chance to play the character. And the day that she's revealed and the day that she's released, that's the day I'm gonna be live streaming Super Smash Bros. Ultimate once again. It's been months. I haven't even live streamed Super Smash Bros. Ultimate when Sephiroth was revealed. So I'm definitely going to be doing some Super Smash Bros. Live streams. Hopefully we can get some multiplayer going on. I think it's going to be pretty fun to get to play the stage. It's going to be pretty dope. I'm really looking forward to it. But if you like this video, definitely leave your thoughts in the comment sections below. Hit that subscribe button, and if you're on Odyssey, hit the follow button, because I definitely want to hear your thoughts when you thought about seeing Pyra in there. And if you played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, let me know what you thought about the game. And if you haven't played it, tell me why you haven't played it and what's stopping you from playing it, because you definitely need to give this game a try. You're missing out on such one of the best JRPGs of this generation. So if you liked the video, like I said before, hit that notification bell if you're on YouTube, and follow me on Odyssey. This is MugenLord signing off. See you Game Fiends later. Peace out.